Now, for more, I'm joined by Tom O'Connor. He is a senior foreign policy writer for Newsweek and joins us from New York. So, Tom, first of all, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today.
Thank you for having me very much.
So, can you start by beginning with what is known so far about this strike, the motivations behind it, and how it all unfolded?
Sure. Well, the reports came in, at least the New York time. It was yesterday evening. And we first kind of heard that the Iraqi military had reported 3 Katyusha rockets had struck by Baghdad International Airport. Obviously, as that situation developed, we learned it was actually a drone strike. And as time went on, the targets climbed in sort of the rank and how significant they were. As for exactly what the strike was a response to, obviously we had seen the violent protests by the embassy. We had seen a series of escalation involving a rocket attack that had killed a Pentagon contractor at the K-1 air base in northern Iraq. And then after that, we had seen retaliatory strikes killing 27 fighters of Kataib Hezbollah in Iraq and Syria. The U.S. officials are not being very forthcoming as to exactly what Qasem Soleimani was planning, but they're saying right now that he had a plan that would kill Americans. So we're still trying to figure out exactly what that is.
Right, and so Mike Pompeo, U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, was saying that they had intelligence. The Trump administration had received intelligence that they had really, in this situation, thwarted an imminent attack by Qasem Soleimani, I guess, and by Iranian militia, I guess. Has that been verified?
No, it has not been verified. I mean, obviously, this, we're still, sources and even public reports are developing right now. As far as international law goes, it's a very murky territory. Drone strikes in a foreign country to begin with are already it's a gray zone in international law, and many lawyers, and I'm not a lawyer myself, but many legal experts are coming out and saying that they're doubtful that this would have been legal in international law. As far as U.S. law, the authorization for the use of military force not been updated since 2002. There is sections that may allow for this sort of attack against a designated terrorist, but it's unclear whether that is applicable in this situation as well.
So this Iranian General Qasem Soleimani is a name that Americans know very, very well. He is accused of being responsible for the deaths of hundreds of American soldiers. What does his death now mean for those American soldiers on the ground, for diplomats, for the U.S. and its relations with Iran and Iraq?
Sure. Well, it goes without saying that this is a significant escalation in this long-standing U.S.-Iran feud that obviously grew much worse following President Donald Trump's decision to withdraw from the Iran nuclear deal and the implementation of the maximum pressure strategy. That has so far been largely an economic strategy and a strategy of diplomatic isolation. What we're seeing now is the U.S. willing to attack the leader of a foreign military force that, though might be designated a terrorist organization, still qualifies as a state actor. As for the response to that, Iran, as the reports have said, is pledging to take revenge on this. It's hard to say exactly what their next steps will be. It's easy to think that they might want to go for something kinetic very fast. We know that from sources are telling us that U.S. Patriot batteries, anti-missile systems, are active in Bahrain. But Iran has a long track record, a history of operating in a very calculated manner. So I wouldn't be surprised if they try to spin this to their advantage by sort of memorializing Qasem Soleimani and portraying him as a victim of further U.S. meddling in the region.
Okay, we do have to leave it there for the interest of time, Tom, but we thank you so much for joining us and for your reporting.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.